student. Today's let us discuss about and try to know about the penicillin production in the industrial level. And today's topic deals with the origin and history of penicillin and the raw material that are used for the production of penicillin in the industrial level, microorganisms used for production of penicillin, and more important in this particular topic, this required preservation method. The particular culture need to be preserved in a particular stage, and then mass production, otherwise fermentation using raw material as well as microorganism. Once the fermentation is over, it is the matter of recovery. All these topics we are going to cover in today's topic. So as we all know that it is one of the naturally occurring antibiotic, penicillin, and we all studied in the early classes about the discovery of penicillin, and the person who did a tremendous work behind this particular accidental discovery of antibiotic was Alexander Fleming. And I think you know all this about, it was the first antibiotic to be produced by Alexander Fleming, by penicillium, and it was the first organism called as Penicillium notatum. It is a wild strain. The accidental discovery was notably identified in the lab work by the Alexander Fleming, who was working with Staphylococcus aureus, and he could be able to see the inhibition of the Staphylococcus aureus in the pure culture. And when he noticed that particular culture plate, he could be able to see the mold that is grown in the bacterial culture, and he came to know that, you can see that it was totally, and you can see this was the bacteria, this is the bacteria which was known to be inhibited by the penicillium mold, and he realized that there was something inhibitory substance which was produced by the fungus that could prevent the growth of this bacteria. And this is all about the history. After that, it was Florey and Chern in 1940. They extracted and proven that penicillin could protect mice and from bacterial infection. And these two scientists, Howard Florey and Chern, who are working along with Alexander Fleming, they were succeeded in mass producing this penicillin in the industrial level. By 1941, they used this penicillin to successfully treat the first human patient during the Second World War, and for that they awarded Nobel Prize. And this penicillin was first commercially produced by using stationary mat culture. We know that stationary mat culture like submerged fermentation, but this technique was having a lot of problem, and there were many chances of contamination during the submerged fermentation because it was handling with the broth. I told you so many times during the class hour. So among so many types of fermentation, that is liquid fermentation, submerged fermentation, solid state fermentation. Solid state fermentation is one of the promising type of fermentation which is still used effectively for production. After this, another method of fermentation called as a deep tank aerated fermentation technique was developed, and it became the upper end, and this technique is the promising technique for commercial production of penicillin, and this technique is still applied and practiced as of now, and this takes place during using the fermenter. And let us try to understand how we can prepare the culture for production of penicillin. So desirable fungus with high capacity is selected. So it is very important that we cannot take all the Penicillium chrysogenum which is available in the surrounding nature. We have to look for a suitable strain. We have already discussed about this selection of the strains in the previous chapter in the strain improvement. And these desirable molds are obtained by mutagenic treatment. And again, we have discussed and we learned this strand improvement techniques. And these desired strands are stored in dormant condition without undergoing any changes. So dormant condition is the condition where we are providing a suitable condition for that particular fungus not to undergo any sort of changes. And this can be done by lyophilized or soil suspension formation. That is about the preservation of fungi. And preparation of media and its composition, and it is different from industries to industry. They are not disclosed very clearly. And the media is designed to provide the organism with a desired nutrient is always selected. The exact composition of the penicillin media is not actually disclosed by any industries because of it is a trade secret. But a typical media suggested by Cogill and Mayer, you can see the composition of the media. According to Cogill and Mayer, you can see that the major industrial raw material, waste material is corn steep liquor and lactose 3.5% and glucose, calcium carbonate, sodium nitrate as a nitrogen source, and potassium dihydrogen phosphate, ammonium sulfate, edible oil, and precursor. Phenyl acetic acid is usually used as a precursor in this particular fermentation. And the pH of the media, as we are handling what you call as fungi, obviously it should be around 5.5 to 6. And what is this precursor? This is used for increasing the yield of penicillin, and we have discussed about the importance of the precursor in the raw materials used for various raw materials used in the industrial production. There are different types of penicillin like penicillin G, penicillin V, penicillin X, etc. So they are decided by the type of penicillin what we are using, the strain. Based on that they are produced. So example, the precursor which are used, suppose if you use the phenyl acetic acid, we will get the penicillin G as an end product. If we use phenoxyacetic acid, we will get penicillin V as an end product during fermentation. And again, I told you in the beginning, inoculum preparation is a very vital matter here. The prime aim is to prepare pure culture of the selected species of penicillin. After obtaining the selected penicillin, the spores are stored in the desired condition. The suspension is prepared by mixing the spores in non-toxic wetting agent like sodium lauryl sulfate, and then the spore suspension is added to the flask with the media and incubated at 24 degrees Celsius for 6 to 7 days for sporulation. And then spores from these flasks are directly used to inoculate, sometimes which are inoculated to the inoculum tank for 48 to 50 hours. So here you can see that first the source suspensions are inoculated in the flask to produce the ample amount of the spores. From the flask they are transferred to the inoculum tank to get further enhanced sporulation for nearly 2 to 3 days. From this it can be directly added to the production tank. You know that production tank consists of fermentation media. You can note one point that the content of the media in all the stages is as same mentioned earlier, but the precursor are keep changing when the desired penicillin is required. And you can see that this particular diagram tells you the entire explanation what I have given right now. And the first one is the test tubes containing the desired strain of penicillin, and that it is the actual primary inoculum. From there you have to transfer the fungus to the flask containing the suitable media. Okay, there you will get ample amount of the spore formation. From the flask it is next transferred to the inoculum tank. The third one, inoculum tank, it is also provided with the same type of media, and from conical flask next to the inoculum tank, here further improvement of sporulation, ample amount of sporulation, because we require huge amount of the spores, a quality or quantity as well as quantity spores in order to achieve a very good yield of penicillin. And from inoculum tank next is seed tank. So sometimes you can skip this seed tank also, but additional if you want further sporulation of the penicillin, it is necessary to transfer the culture from inoculum tank to the seed tank and then finally to the production tank. This is the production fermenter into which the media what I have mentioned in the previous slides, Cargill media, which consists of corn strip liquor, lactic acid and so many other ingredients what I have displayed in the previous slide. That media is put here, and you know that 3/4 of the fermenter has to be filled, and on top the empty space called as head space must be left out, and then from seed tank directly the inoculum can be transferred to the production media and allow the production to take place. And now fermentation. Now once you transfer the inoculum to the fermenter, and the fermentation is taking place under these precise desirable condition. So the actual penicillin fermentation takes place when you provide an optimal condition. So the fermenter is incubated at a temperature of 25 to 26 degrees Celsius for 5 to 7 days. And during the first 20 to 30 hours, during the first day, the utilization of the corn strip liquor, where fungal growth becomes thick and heavy, only mycelial mat, fungus is started to grow. The biomass is started to improve in the first 1.5 days, and penicillin yield is started during the second day till third and fourth day, and it is very low concentration of penicillin is achieved, and the yield is keep increasing by the end of the 6th or 7th day. And once you achieve the fermentation after 6 to 7 days, whatever the fermentation that is formed, that will be in the liquid broth, that has to be harvested. You have to separate the penicillin that is produced in the broth from the rest of the mycelial mat. That is all about harvest and recovery. After completion of fermentation, media or the broth contained penicillin has to be separated, and this separation is done by following method. I think we have discussed these type of filtration methods in the downstream processing. Hope you have understood that first one, rotary drum method. Okay, the first broth is filtered using rotary drum, and second one, this broth after filtration are separated from the fungus. It is treated with the sulfuric acid or phosphoric acid to lower the pH to 2.5. So acidification of the broth. This is followed by separation of the fungus from the rest of the broth. Then the broth is treated with sulfuric acid or phosphoric acid to bring the broth into the acidic condition. The broth is then transferred to the counter current apparatus or Pori-Blanc extractor. And in this extractor, an organic solvent like amyl acetate or butyl acetate is added. So acidified penicillin content is transferred to the another tank where the solvent is mixed with this particular acidified penicillin, and this organic solvent separate the penicillin from the broth, and you will get the penicillin get separated in this particular mixture, and organic solvent containing penicillin is now removed from the media by using separating funnel. Okay, in industry separating funnel is there, and then the final content is treated with water or with an alkali buffer like amyl acetate solution. Due to this, penicillin from organic solvent moves inside the water. Now this is water extract, and this water containing the penicillin is again separated from organic solvent. Repeated separation, repeated treatment of the penicillin with water and organic solvent. Water and organic solvent. That is the most efficient stages of product recovery during penicillin production. So the water containing the pure penicillin, finally it is transferred for freeze drying process, and pure penicillin powder is thus obtained. And you can see the penicillin thus obtained are stored in the bottle in the form of the powder, and this is you can see this the penicillin product which was used during the World War II, and these are all the penicillin antibiotic injection which are available in the market right now. Okay, and even penicillin antibiotic tablets are also available, and whatever the final purified product obtained, they are converted into this type of product. Thank you.